There's no real preacher. He left for Philadelphia last fall and never came back. Mr. Peterson reads from Psalms, something about valleys and shadows and fear. Everyone nods along. That's about right. After the service, people linger. Nobody wants to go back to their cold cabins yet. They stand around outside talking, sharing news. You learn that the Dawsons are moving back to Philadelphia in spring. Can't handle another winter here, not after losing James. You learn that the Hendersons' barn burned down last week. They lost everything. Now they're staying with the Coopers until they can rebuild. You learn that Mrs. Fletcher is pregnant again, baby number 8, due in June. That woman's going to have a whole army, someone jokes. She'll need them, someone else says. Farm work takes all the hands you can get. You also learn that Heinrich's leg is fine. The ice water didn't cause lasting damage. He was back to work within 2 days. Tough old German, your father says with admiration. On the walk home, you pass the Delaware River. You can see it from the road. The ice is breaking up, large chunks floating downstream, the dark water visible between them. Soon the river will be completely thawed, boats will move again, trade will resume, the world will feel less isolated. Your father stops to watch the ice flow past. Beautiful in a way, he says. It is. The chunks of ice catch the sunlight, glitter like diamonds floating on black water. But it's also dangerous. Anyone who fell in now would die in minutes. The water is still freezing cold. Beauty and danger. That's winter. That's everything here. Back at the cabin, Martha is fixing dinner. Just thin soup again. The supplies from the Muellers are almost gone. Back to stretching everything. But nobody complains. You've learned not to waste energy complaining. That night, your father reads from an old newspaper he's been saving. It's from last October, before the big freeze, back when the world felt normal. The news is outdated, useless, really, but hearing him read it is comforting, his voice steady, the words familiar, even if the events are months past. He reads about a ship arriving from England, about trade prices in Philadelphia, about some minor political dispute you don't understand. Samuel falls asleep listening. Martha's eyes are drooping. Your father folds the newspaper carefully, puts it back in its spot. He's read it maybe 20 times this winter. It's practically falling apart. But it's something, a connection to the outside world, a reminder that beyond these frozen woods, life continues. Bed, your mother announces. The routine is familiar now. Bank the fire, check the door is barred, make sure everyone has a blanket. You lie down on your straw mattress. It's less frozen now. The warmer air has softened it slightly. Outside you can hear water dripping, the snow melting off the roof. A steady rhythm, drip, drip, drip. It's almost musical. Your father is breathing easy. No more wet rattle. The yarrow tea worked, or time worked, or luck worked. Doesn't matter which. He's better. May and Betty are both alive, both eating. The shelter saved them. They'll make it to spring. Your family will make it to spring. Maybe 6 more weeks. Maybe less if the weather keeps warming. You can do 6 weeks. You've done 4 months. What's 6 more weeks? William, Martha whispers from her mattress. You awake? Yeah. I was thinking about England. What about it? Do you miss it? You think about that. England feels like a dream now. Something that happened to someone else. Different life. Different world. Sometimes, you say, but not as much as I used to. Me neither. Is that weird? Maybe, or maybe we're just different people now. She's quiet for a minute. I like the people here, she says. Heinrich, Mrs. Fletcher, even mean old Mr. Peterson who always looks angry. He does always look angry. But he shared his firewood when the Hendersons' barn burned. Did you hear that? Just gave them half his supply. That's good. Everyone helps everyone, even when they have nothing. We didn't have that in England. She's right. In England, you barely knew your neighbours. Here, you know everyone within 5 miles. You depend on them, they depend on you. It's different, not better or worse, just different. I think we're going to be okay, Martha says. I think we'll make it. I think so too. Good night, William. Good night. She's asleep in minutes. You can tell by her breathing. Deep and steady. Samuel is snoring softly. Your father too. Your mother is still awake. You can sense it. She's probably lying there, planning, worrying. Mothers never really rest, but even her breathing is calmer than it's been in months. The fire pops, sends a small shower of sparks up the chimney. The wind outside is gentle, not howling, not trying to tear the cabin apart, just a soft breeze, spring breeze. You drift into sleep slowly, peacefully, and in your sleep you dream of green grass, of warm sunshine, of gardens growing, of May and Betty in a field of clover, fat and healthy. You dream of spring. While you, in your warm bed, in your heated house, drift into sleep without dreams of survival, without dreams at all, maybe, just deep, peaceful sleep. The kind William is finally starting to feel. After months of shallow, anxious rest, he's sleeping like a child again, safe, protected, knowing tomorrow will come and he'll face it. One more day, one more small victory, until the small victories add up to something bigger. Until winter ends and spring begins. Until survival becomes living again. The dripping outside continues, steady, rhythmic, like a heartbeat. The heartbeat of winter dying, and spring being born. The first robin arrives on March 12th. Samuel spots it, just a small brown bird with a red chest hopping around in the melting snow near the cabin. "Look," he shouts, "a robin!" Everyone comes to the door to see, even your father, who's strong enough now to walk without help. The bird pecks at the ground, finds something, flies off. "That's it," your mother says quietly. "Winter's over." Not technically, not according to the calendar, but according to the birds, according to the land itself, winter is done. The next week brings warmth, real warmth, days where the sun actually feels hot on your face, where the snow melts so fast you can hear it running in small streams towards the creek. The mud is terrible. Everything is mud. Your shoes are caked in it. The floor of the cabin is covered in it, but nobody cares. Mud means thaw. Thaw means spring. Spring means survival. Your father starts working on the garden plot, turning soil that's been frozen for months. It's hard work. He has to rest every few minutes, but he's doing it. "We'll plant early this year," he says. "Peas first. They can handle a late frost, then beans, then corn." He's planning, building, looking forward. The root cellar is almost empty now. Just a few withered potatoes and some sprouted onions. You've been eating the same thin soup for weeks. But the hunting is getting better. Your father shot a turkey 2 days ago, an actual turkey. The whole family ate real meat for the first time since December. Martha cried when she took her first bite, just sat there with tears running down her face, chewing. Nobody made fun of her. You all understood. May and Betty are getting fatter. The grass is starting to come back, small green shoots pushing up through the mud. The cows spend all day grazing, making up for lost time. May's eyes don't look dead anymore. She actually seems happy. Moose, when you bring her water, lets Samuel pet her nose. "She knows we saved her," Samuel says. Maybe, or maybe she's just a cow who likes not starving. Either way, she made it. The Mullers come by again, this time to help plant. Heinrich brings seeds, turnip seeds, cabbage seeds, squash seeds. "From my stores," he says. "You pay back after harvest. Or don't. Whatever." The two families work together, turning soil, making rows, planting seeds with careful spacing. The Muller kids run around like wild animals, all that energy they've been holding in all winter just exploding out of them. Samuel joins them. They play some chasing game you don't understand, screaming and laughing and falling in the mud. Your mother doesn't even yell at them about the mud. She just smiles, watches them play. That's how you know things are different now. Before, everything was about survival, about not wasting anything, not even energy for playing. Now there's room for joy again. By afternoon, the planting is done. Both families sit around outside in the sun, without coats. Greta brought bread and cheese. Your mother found some dried apples at the bottom of a barrel. Everyone shares. It's a feast, by winter standards anyway. By spring standards, it's just a meal. But it tastes like victory. We made it, Heinrich says, raising a cup of water. All of us, we made it. Everyone raises their cups, even the kids. To spring, your father says. To spring, everyone repeats. You drink. The water is cool, fresh, tastes like melted snow and new beginnings. Later that evening, after the Mullers leave, your family sits around the fire. But it's different now. The fire is smaller. You don't need it for survival anymore, just for light and cooking. The gaps in the walls don't matter as much. The wind coming through is warm now, soft. Your father is looking stronger every day, colour returning to his face, weight coming back onto his bones. I was thinking, he says, this summer we'll fix the cabin, fill those gaps properly. Maybe build an actual window frame with shutters. Real shutters, Samuel asks. Real shutters. Can we get glass? Maybe. We'll see. That's parent code for probably not. But Samuel looks excited anyway. Martha is sewing by the firelight. She's making a new dress from scraps. It's not pretty, but it's hers. Something new after months of just repairing old things. I'm going to learn to read better, she announces. There's a teacher coming to the settlement in May. Mr. Peterson said so. That's good, your mother says. Learning is good. You think about what you want to do, what you want to learn, how to build better shelters maybe, how to help neighbours, how to survive but also live. You're 13 years old. You've survived your first colonial winter. You've watched people die, watched people save each other, watched your father nearly die and then come back. You're not the same person who woke up shivering on January 21st. You're harder now, but also softer. You understand what matters. Family, neighbours, kindness, bread shared when you have nothing, wood given freely, risks taken to save strangers. Those are the things that get you through winter. Not just physical winter, any hard time. That night you all go to bed earlier than usual. The sun sets later now, the days are longer, but everyone's tired from planting. Good tired, you lie on your straw mattress. It's still the same lumpy, uncomfortable thing it's always been, but you barely notice anymore. Outside you can hear frogs, actually hear frogs. They're back, singing in the thawed creek, birds too, calling to each other in the darkening trees. The sound of life returning. Your father is snoring. That steady, healthy snore. Not the wet, sick rattle from February. Your mother is humming something. An old song from England. You haven't heard her hum in months. Martha is already asleep. Samuel too. Everyone's safe. Everyone warm. Everyone alive. You made it. All of you made it. The winter that killed families, that froze people in their sleep, that took James Dawson and others whose names you'll never know. That winter is over. And you're still here. You close your eyes and think about tomorrow, about working in the garden, about teaching Samuel to fish when the creek gets warmer, about helping your father build those shutters, about living instead of just surviving. The breeze coming through the gaps in the wall is gentle, smells like wet earth and new grass, spring smell, life smell. You drift into sleep slowly, peacefully, no anxiety about whether you'll wake up, no worry about whether there'll be food tomorrow, just sleep, deep and dreamless and safe. The kind of sleep you're feeling right now, in your comfortable bed with your full stomach and your warm house, and your tomorrow that's guaranteed in ways William's never was. You've spent this time with him, watched him wake up freezing, watched him chop wood with numb fingers, watched him nearly lose his father, watched him build a shelter, watched him survive, and maybe that's put something in perspective. The things you worry about, the things you think are hard, they might be hard, but they're not colonial winter hard. You've got heat with the turn of a dial, food in your refrigerator, medicine when you're sick, light at the flip of a switch. William would think you live like royalty, and he'd be right. So as you drift off to sleep tonight, maybe take a moment to feel grateful for the warmth, for the safety, for the certainty of tomorrow, for all the things William fought so hard to have. You've got them without even trying, and that's worth remembering. That's worth being grateful for. Let that gratitude carry you into sleep. Peaceful, warm, safe, just like William finally, after months of fear, finally sleeping easy. Finally home, sleep well,